Hi there, this is Jacob, JacobLEVideoProduction.com, and in this tutorial, I'm going to tell you how you can get more reviews on Yelp. Now, I'm guessing you're already really frustrated, and Yelp is notorious for flagging reviews, including real reviews. A lot of people I work with my business have half of their reviews marked as fake. They get the dreaded reviews that are not currently recommended. So this is so frustrating if you have a real legitimate customer who takes the time out of their day to leave you a review and Yelp marks it as fake. The first thing that we need to know is Yelp's official policy. Direct quote, businesses should not ask for or solicit reviews on Yelp as it leads to deceptively biased content. This includes asking friends, family, or customers to write reviews, offering incentives or freebies in exchange for reviews, or working with companies that send review solicitations email. Not only will Yelp remove the review, you may receive a search penalty ranking as well. Now notice they mentioned the search ranking penalty. So if you're getting a lot of reviews that they see as fake, that could not only mean those reviews aren't seen, but also you could get hurt in the searches, which is absolutely terrible. It is slightly murky. I have seen some comments or responses from Yelp where they say it's not directly against our policy. So I'm gonna leave it up to you whether you want to ask anyone to leave a review or not. It's going to be a lot more likely that the review is going to stay if they have a profile that's been around for a while, if they're active on the Yelp platform, if it's not a brand new account with no profile picture, if they've actually checked into places and left previous reviews, it's more likely that it's not going to flag that as fake. Also, if it's 2 to 4 stars, that's a lot more likely that it's going to stick, whereas 1 star or 5 star, it may seem like it's a fake review or just asking someone you know to give you a 5-star review. Now, one thing that's really awesome, a lot of people are afraid to get anything less than 5 stars. But studies have actually found, I will link one down below, having a review score of somewhere around 4.7 to 4.9 is actually better than having a perfect 5-star review, and here's why. If you have 6 or 7 5-star reviews, it gives the impression that you simply asked your friends and that it's, a little bit biased. And a lot of people, when they're looking into businesses, they want to see some of the positive and the negatives, to see the things that people didn't like or some frustrations. So it looks very curated, kind of like posting customer testimonials on your webpage. Those are really helpful. People should do them, but it doesn't give you the same idea as seeing 20 reviews where some people are giving 5 stars or 4 stars or 3 stars. It looks like it happened more naturally through doing business, and people tend to trust these a lot more than just a few 5-star reviews or a few testimonials. Sometimes you can even take away valuable feedback from 4-star or 3-star reviews and realize some areas that you can improve and make the experience even better for your customers or for your clients. Shorter reviews are also more likely to get flagged, so if it's just a tiny little snippet, that's going to be a lot less likely than, someone who really in depth describes the process and gets a lot more specific with the review. And also, you're not supposed to get it from friends or family, so if they share the exact same last name, that may make it more likely for it to flag it as fake. So if you do want to ask someone to leave you a review, it's often good to just ask for people's honest feedback on the platform of their choice. So if they're more of a Google reviewer, they'll have an account there and leave a review on that. And only people who use Yelp frequently and are comfortable with that platform and maybe have a profile will actually leave you the review on Yelp. If you own a physical shop, I highly recommend they have 2 different stickers that you can put up. The first is find us on Yelp, and the second you actually have to earn. They will send it to you once you hit a certain threshold or a certain number of reviews. That's really something that they decide, but that one is called People Love Us on Yelp. This will put Yelp into people's minds, and they'll be a lot more likely to think of that if they have a positive or negative experience with you. Yelp can actually see on people's phones if they're visiting the physical place of business. So if it's an actual customer, that will mean it's a lot less likely for it to get flagged as fake. And it will mean more potential people would just happen to leave a review for you. You can also offer check-in deals where you offer people a free appetizer or a discount if they actually check in. And sometimes Yelp will even ask them after the fact if they'll leave a review, or they'll be much more likely to leave a review because they already have it open and have checked in and taken an action with that. Getting reviews will be so much easier if you build this into the process of working with a client or customer from the very beginning. If you say, we're a small local business, we have limited marketing, a big part of how we grow is through referrals and through honest reviews. So if we do an unbelievable job, I would love if you leave us a review on whichever platform you're the most comfortable with, whether that be Google My Business or Facebook recommendations or Yelp. So just putting that idea in people's minds right away, and then you can mention it again once you've delivered amazing service. That way it'll be in their mind throughout the entire process. Now let me know in the comments, are you already getting business through Yelp, or are you not seeing any results and you'd really like to get more? The people who by far are the most likely to give you legitimate reviews on Yelp are people who have found you through Yelp. If someone sends you a message on Yelp and then there's back and forth ongoing conversations, and then if you get the person to check in on Yelp, it's very unlikely they're going to flag that review as fake when it comes in because they've seen that entire process. So the more business you can generate through Yelp, the more likely it will be that you're able to get more legitimate reviews through Yelp. One thing you can do is run Yelp ads that will put you in the top of search results, and they do often offer free Yelp ad credits. I did get a big client doing this, so that's something definitely to look into. If you're generating your first business through Yelp, that definitely does help. Ranking better in Yelp will mean that more people will give you business through Yelp, which is kind of the goal in the first place, and will lead to more opportunities for people to leave you reviews on Yelp. So some things you can do is just thinking about the keywords that people are using. So with me, I'm in Lakewood, Colorado, so I definitely want to, in my description and some of the tagging, include Lakewood video production. And I want to make sure that I'm showing up for that. You also do want to include photos and videos, and any questions that they ask you, they'll be more likely to rank you higher if you actually put in your business hours and holiday hours, really giving them what they need. It's something you can set up relatively quickly. Just try to blast through all of their questions, find photos even if they're from Facebook, and just try to include as many as you can, because if your page is a lot more optimized on Yelp, that'll be more business and the potential for more reviews. It's also important to recognize what the competition is going to be when people search for things. So Los Angeles dentists may be too competitive depending how many there are, but if you do Sherman Oaks or a small suburb dentist, you may be more likely to actually rank for that. But anyways, I hope this was helpful for you. You should now know what's going to cause things to get flagged as fake, what you can do to naturally facilitate more reviews, and with check-in offers and putting up stickers, making sure people who review you have a complete profile, have maybe checked in, and really just getting them to give honest feedback, whether that's a 4-star review or a 3-star review, is incredibly important. Anyways, I'm going to have a lot more content like this. Please click subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I come out with new content. If you made it to the end, I would love for you to comment cheesecake. It's really helpful for me to see who's getting to the end. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.